What is good, YouTube? I just want to discuss a few things on this video. Number one, what is with the animosity amongst sneaker lovers? This is something I've noticed just not only in the sneaker community, but in other areas of YouTube as well. Now, this video may come across a little random all over the place, and I apologize for that. But I kind of want to express a lot of the things I've seen for the past 3-4 months and just the craziness that's ensued on YouTube and just kind of my thoughts on the whole thing. And I know that you're probably shaking your head right now like, not another person with their input. But I think I have some valuable points to make, and I haven't really been making too many videos lately. Haven't seen that many decent sneakers that I've wanted to pick up. So basically for this video, I just want to say number one big issue that I think a lot of people aren't realizing amongst the sneaker community on YouTube is I kind of see it similar to texting, where a person can put a video out and that's it. There's no back and forth communication. It's just a one-time thing. That video's out there, and then the other person interprets it however they may, even though it may not be what that person was intending. And that's kind of similar to a text, where you text someone and you could be joking, could be saying something sarcastically, and that person takes it totally a different way than you intended. And that's a lot of what I've been noticing on YouTube. I think that people need to just settle down a little bit, and when someone says something, instead of making a split decision to make a video on YouTube in response, why not try to analyze the situation, maybe get in touch with the person, message them, inbox them, and see exactly what's going on. I think that one issue that a lot of people don't really think through is that most of these people you've never met in person. Most of them you probably will never meet in person. Yet, you don't want people on YouTube, etc., damaging your name, who you are. And I mean, it is hurtful when someone attacks you in such a visible and public forum like YouTube. And I mean, it kind of leads into my next point a little bit, which is I don't understand the animosity behind the whole fake real thing. For example, my last video was a video kind of just trying to help people to understand what a original authorized pair of Concord 11s should look like, or just 11s in general. And that would mean something coming straight from the retailer. And basically I made this video without the intention of hurting anybody from the fake sides or unauthorized, authentic, or even authentic, whatever you want to call it. I didn't want to offend any of those people, but literally within probably the first 30 minutes I got 8 thumbs down on the video. And probably 7 of them occurred within 5 minutes, so I'm assuming it was the same person. But it's one of those things where you never get to hear that person's side on the issue, but I would be interested to see what the issue is. There isn't enough public discourse amongst people on these issues, and I think there should be, but it's so hard, and I think it's one of the reasons you see all these people quote unquote retiring from YouTube, is because nobody wants to deal with someone coming at them like that in a public forum. And I mean, I think people should be free to express their opinions, but do it in a controlled manner. Like, there's so many people I see cussing, using derogatory terms, racial terms, and would you really want to have an employer or someone that's hiring you possibly see that video and say, okay, now I'm second guessing myself on whether or not I'm going to hire that person. Now, me, I think I've cussed maybe a total of 10-20 times in my videos throughout the years, and it's never, I don't think I've ever said the F word on YouTube. I've never said any extreme cuss word. Like, I keep it pretty level-headed, pretty plain and simple. And really, like I said, I haven't done many response videos where I've been agitated by something. It's only happened twice, and both times I did it in a what I thought was a polite manner, respectful manner, and one of the people came to me and said, what was your issue? I explained it to him, and he thought that it was one of those things where, yeah, he understood my side of things, and we had a back and forth. If he would have asked me to take down the video, I would have taken it down. I've got no problem, I should say, I do not want to ruffle other people's feathers. And I think there's a lot of people on YouTube that basically, and even my dad saw this, and he's not on YouTube. I know people, even people that I work with saw this. There are people that basically make these attack videos on other people that have a lot of subscribers, 15, 20, 25,000 subscribers, and in doing that, you gain more subscribers. And in gaining more subscribers, more people see your videos, and then more people seeing your videos, the better your chances are of getting more ad revenue. And I mean, it is kind of ingenious when you think about it. It's not a route that I would take with my channel, but I'm not, I'm not knocking that person's hustle. Which brings me to another point, that I think a lot of people are talking about these vlog videos, getting off the shoe topics, trying to be YouTube famous, and to me, I do not see an issue with that. Most of those people that do the vlogs, etc., they're still putting out just as much shoe content as they put out in the past. They're just supplementing it with much more stuff in between. Do I go through all the vlogs? No, not all the time. Do I watch some of them? Yes. These vlogs are not something that you have to watch. You can skip through them. And I think really the whole thing with the vlogs is, it's basically getting to the point where there have been so many releases that, do you really expect people to be buying shoes every week is my question. That is something that I think is kind of ridiculous at this point, and I've kind of reached the point where I've got about 40 some pairs of shoes, and I don't see myself buying any shoes for the foreseeable future. I've always been into shoes, and I feel like when I met J-Star, I only had maybe 10-15 pairs of shoes at the time, but it was my interest in sneakers that kind of brought us together. We did a couple videos together. I met him at SneakerCon, and it's one of those things where I think that's what the essence of doing these YouTube videos is the passion behind the sneakers. I don't think you have to have these shoes every week. And really, that's one thing I want to tell to a lot of the younger subscribers is, be smart with your money. There is a real world out there, and some of these YouTube people that you may look up to, I think sometimes, like, good Lord, in the back of my mind, there are people living in apartments that are 35, 40 years old and barely making payments on other things, yet they've got a new pair of shoes every week. To me, it just doesn't add up. That's just my opinion on that issue. Like, again, I'm not trying to ruffle any feathers. I'm not calling anybody out by name. I'm not even thinking about a specific person. I'm just saying in general, which also kind of brings me to another point. It is kind of annoying when people speak in these generalizations where they say something. For example, I'll bring up an example here. A lot of people have said, I can't stand anybody on the Yo Auntie chat. Now, I see that sometimes and I'm like, well, I've been in the Yo Auntie chat before. Are they referring to me? I mean, you look back, J-Star's been in it, Nightwing has been in it, Foamer Simpson's been in it. Like, are people referring to all those people? Because I mean, you see how this can be taken other ways. I never take offense to it, but it does raise questions in my mind. So those are just some of the things that I wanted to touch on. I think in general, everybody just needs to take it down a little bit. We want to encourage communication between people on YouTube. We want to be able to keep this a peaceful forum for people to debate issues like real versus fake. I think J-Star's open conversation with the two guys that collect fakes was a good conversation, a good place to start. I can understand how some people may get nervous and scared that this could take away potential income, but like I said, there may be some legal issues there that I'm not going to touch on myself until I know that I passed the bar or I interview my professor, who said she would do it at some point in the next month or two. But that's one of those touchy subjects that I feel like I can understand your side of things, but it's just something that I try to stay away from, basically. And I'm not knocking anybody that wears fakes. That was one of my reasons I got my most subscribers, was because I did a video where some people were saying some really negative things about people that were wearing fake shoes, and I did this like 15-minute response video basically coming right back at them saying, well, I know guys from the hood, poor people, like that label means everything. So I can understand that side of things, but I also see some people on YouTube taking these unauthorized authentics, or whatever you want to call them, and then reselling them on their own site or on eBay, etc. And I'm not going to say anything about that now, but I'm just saying I don't agree with it. That's where I'm going to leave that. But in closing, I just want to say, guys, don't be scared to voice your opinion. I think freedom of speech is a great thing. I just think at the same time, be cautious of who may be watching your videos. There are little kids watching these videos, and I think it's important to be respectful of others' opinions. If someone says something you don't agree with, or you think somebody is directly referring to you, message that person, find out a little bit more information, and if they are, maybe you two can go back and forth and discuss your issues, because you don't know these other people on YouTube. You could be talking to this person for 2-3 years, having never met them in person. You don't know what type of person that said he or she is like in real life. And I believe that they say 2 to 4% of the population are sociopaths. There's probably some of those people on YouTube that you may want to be weary of. So I'm just saying, be careful. Be careful, everyone. You don't know who you're dealing with. And be safe. Voice your opinions. Hopefully this video gets a lot of views. Thumbs up, thumbs down. If you do thumbs it down, I just wish you to explain your opinion so that I can understand how to make these videos better. As always, guys, I appreciate any insight you have to offer. Take it easy. Peace.